So today I'm here with James from Auto Finesse and we're talking about your latest insane build.
Yeah, something slightly different to what we've done before, but still along the same lines. A bit out there, a bit wild, but it's our first ever drift car, show car, drift car build. It's a bit of a new adventure for us.
Yeah, so like over the last 3 or 4 years you've been building quite cool grip cars. Have you got a BMW M2 competition?
Yeah, M2 comp, we've got the Yaris, we've done the Twingos as the Twingo Challenge. What else have we had? We've had a couple of other bits, and I was getting a little bit, not bored of it, but I didn't have the excitement or the enthusiasm to go out and drive as much as I was. I still am doing track days, but one a month or so. I can remember at a point we were doing like 2 or 3 a week. It was mental. I proper had the bug.
And then about 8 months ago, you went and thought, right, I'm going to go drifting.
Yeah, exactly 8 months ago.
And you bought this.
Yep.
But it looked obviously a lot different.
Similar-ish. It was a 36. It was in blue. It had a 1JZ in. The cage was already in it, so it was quite a good starting point as a drift car. But yeah, I kind of outgrew it fast.
And you do what you normally do, is you just sort of take them up 10 levels.
Yeah, I like to skip the bit in the middle. It saves
yeah.
all the aggro and all the hassle. I'm like, I'll just go from here and just do it all once and do it proper.
And this car's been out 3 times now, is it?
4 times.
4 times.
4 times, yeah.
And today you went at Silverstone in the Drift Kings, so
Yeah.
that must have been quite nerve-wracking, but you seem to be having some great fun out there.
Yeah, that's the fastest circuit I've done. So it's the first time here at Silverstone, and the first entry's like 100 mile an hour plus. Some of the guys are doing like 120, 130 in. I'm not quite there. I'm still a beginner. I am still a beginner, but yeah, I think I was carrying a bit of speed in. I was finding my feet with it. Not like that guy. He nearly went in the gravel. That was amazing.
So can we just talk about a few of the like real key modifications? So under the bonnet, you changed that from a 1JZ to a 2JZ.
Yeah, fully built 2JZ. Don't ask me all the specs because I know enough, but not everything. I wanted a DY engine. They didn't have time to build it. They worked with our guys. So this was kind of built in-house as you would by our drift team. So they done all the machining of the parts and we assembled it. I just wanted a 2J. I wanted one of their engines. I've seen them in other drift cars. Really the whole reason for getting into the drifting, I'm knocking around with those guys where we're doing events. And I'm there and I'm watching them and I'm like, that might be kind of fun. So yeah, I kind of just drew inspiration from my favourite cars that were about and stuck it all in one.
So the main figure is what kind of horsepower is it pushing?
Today I was driving it on low boost, that's 750 horsepower. It made on high boost on a dyno, it made 1150.
Wow.
I've not played with that button yet for the high boost. Archie, our drifter, he has. He says it's mental. I was going to today, and then I was like, I'm not going to push my luck. I want to save the car. I've got another event in 2 weeks. So I was like, I'll leave it be. But yeah, 1150 is what it's capable of, top end, but not quite explored all of that yet.
And then I can see, well, what suspension's on there?
Suspension's BC Racing. They made us a custom setup for this, the same as our comp car. Wisefab arms, Wisefab front. We've got Wisefab rear to put on the car. It's not on there yet. It's still on a bit of a mismatch parts at the moment. I've not dialed loads of grip into the car because if you're into drifting, you'll know, but for those that aren't, apparently you need loads of grip in a drift car to give you forward momentum. That was news to me when I started getting into it. I don't need all that grip yet because I don't want to quite go that fast around corners. So we're just about to change that. I'm kind of at the point where I could do with that now. So underneath is, yeah, pretty much comp spec car now. And then engine, yeah, 2J, and the real big thing was the body kit.
Yeah.
That was the big change from before. This was my practice car, and practicing, I beat it up quite a lot. I crashed it into some tyres that were filled with concrete. That weren't fun. Put it up a few banks. It was looking a bit worse for wear. It's now painted in the same blue it was before, but obviously we've got the Kaiser designed LTO kit on there to give it that show car edge.
And now you've got a Pandem, you've got a Liberty Walk, and now you've got
an LTO. Yeah, I don't know really where we go next now. In terms of wide body cars, I think we've completed it. I'm sure there's something. Someone can throw a suggestion out and be like, make one of these.
And then the brakes, you've got a massive set of EBC.
Yeah, EBC helped us out. I wanted big brakes, so they done us the setup for the front and then the twin caliper setup for the rear as well. So that helps with the hydro. It's got its own caliper as opposed to running on the brake system. That's nice.
And then the wheels, you've got a sort of mixed set there.
Yeah, I thought I was being all spicy and cool, going for odd wheels like a drift guy. They kind of match, so they're both inspired by BMW designs.
Right.
The rears are inspired by the old BMW bottle tops, made three-piece, and then the fronts are a wheel. I actually found a picture of this old E36 DTM car, and I love the look of this car kit. I had it on like our mood board for this build. So I had them copy those wheels but make them to a three-piece, but then we profiled the ends of the spokes to match the rears. So they kind of match but don't. There's a couple of similarities. The guys at Rims Carnated knocked those out for us real quick. We've got we've got 3 sets of rears, sorry, 2 sets of fronts. There is another design as well, which are matching wheels. But
oh, so they're completely custom?
Yeah, all the wheels are completely custom because the rears are actually not that wide. They're like a 10.5J, but it's like 85% dish and then a barrel about that big. So it's a weird setup. When you take them off, they're like back to front.
And then just looking from here, I can see you've got 2 Recaro seats in there.
Yeah, still got seats for the passengers and the bash days.
There we go. Flock dash, roll cage, and a fancy dash. So what is that fancy dash?
I don't know, is it a fancy dash? We just took all the bits we didn't need out of it and then put little carbon infills in. And everyone's like, that's a nice dash. I'm like, yeah, okay, it worked. Whatever we were trying to achieve, we pulled it off.
So what's next for you in this car? Are you just going to keep competing
just having
in it?
fun, really.
Yeah.
It all came about because I was at Gravity Show, we were talking with Jordan, he was building a track car and he was like, oh, we'll go head-to-head racing. And then his friend was like, he's done quite a lot of track stuff and you ain't. And then he was like, oh, we need to find something neither of us have done that we want to do. And I was like, I want to drift. Have you ever drifted? And he was like, no. So I was like, why don't we go head-to-head drifting? And the rules, he was not specific on his rules. He said, the rules are, you can only buy an E36 or a 350Z. So I bought an E36 with a 1JZ in. And yeah, the competition's fizzled out a little bit since then, but we're doing our grand finale at his show. He's now moved on to an S14 and I've got this. So yeah, I think if you've seen the drift in there, it's kind of more a display demo. Yeah. They've got a couple of trucks out on the drift around there.
Yeah, well, we're going to be there at that show.
Yeah, it's a good event, it's fun, there's loads going on. So.
Yeah, be there. Well, thanks so much for talking us through your latest build, James. I know in a couple of months we're going to come down and hopefully do your whole car collection.
I hope you've got a big memory card because there's a lot of old cars there. I'm a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah, well, you don't sell them, do you? You just keep, well.
No, I try not to. I think I've only ever sold 2 cars that I've owned, so there's a lot. I'll hide the old crappy ones. You don't need to look at it. We'll just look at the good ones.
So remember, if you enjoyed this video, to like, subscribe and share, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.